What is up, everybody? How is it going? And welcome back to the Backwoods Sports Podcast. It is the 25th of February here in 2022. And with all the bullshit going on in this world and the fucked up people doing fucked up shit, we're going to sit right here and talk about sports like we always do. And we're going to kick it right on over. We're going to forget about those local sports with all this All-Star break weekend stuff going on. And we're going to go right over into our NFL section with little quarterback carousel here. We got Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, a couple other guys possibly on the move around town. Russell taking the Seahawks off of his social media. Maybe a little bit of hot topic stuff, but maybe nothing as well in the end. So I'm going to intro in here Sir McGee. And how do you think about some of this stuff going on?
I think it's all talk. It's all hype. We hear the same thing every year about a lot of these guys.
Yep.
Every year it seems more and more likely, especially with them getting older and just wanting to be in different environments. But at the end of the day, it's
For
all
sure.
talk. And, the draft's coming up in about a month. So we'll probably see some moves there with all the draft picks that people are able to get rid of and stuff. But for now, let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy what we can.
Yeah, right, man. I mean, hey, talks everywhere around the league, and I always say this. Right now, I feel like there's a lot more starting quarterbacks that are actually on teams, and maybe most teams don't need a whole hell of a lot to get by or at least do pretty well. But it definitely does not hurt to have an Aaron Rodgers, maybe not for 50 million like he asked, but that or a Russell Wilson, somebody that can really dish the ball around and you know run a really well-oiled offense, should I say? So we'll see where he goes. But I mean, everyone's talking Steelers, and there's some of these other teams that are creeping and crawling up into the conversation. So we'll see kind of how it goes and how this offseason plays out. But I definitely think it's going to be a whole lot of talk and maybe not so much about the walk in the end of that. But we'll definitely have to see for that fact.
Yeah, I'm with Rodgers. I'm feeling Rodgers is not going back to Green Bay. The more it goes on, it seems like he's just not going to go back there. But I mean, at the end of the day, Green Bay's got to do the trade for him. So
Yeah, no, that's for sure, dude. Honestly, and I mean, everyone talking about this cryptic Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers post this week. We'll talk a little more on it. I've been saying since the beginning, I don't think it's cryptic. I think it is what he said it was. It's an appreciation post, gratitude, all that stuff. He's just trying to show love to the people that have been showing him love and have been, showing up, should I say? Because not everybody shows up. Shout out Shailene Woodley in there, even though I hear that they're not together, possibly whatever's going on. Danica Patrick making her way back in there. But one thing I got to be honest about is something that's pretty wild. If anyone looks at that first picture that he put up on that post, if you want to look at anything cryptic at all, just look at the mountains in the background. Aren't those maybe just not at all mistakenly the Rocky Mountains? Because they sure look like it to me. We'll call it Denver there, baby.
a
I know Don would be happy. Get a little winning over there and
little
stop all
subtle
that
message,
losing.
a little subtling message.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying nothing without saying a little something. But we won't keep it too much on that because, all those
Yeah.
crazy rumors are going to be what they are. But we will talk about something that is a little bit wild and has gone, what some people will say is out of control. But this is every time they have to deal with this bullshit. That is the MLB and the MLBPA, the Players Association, them trying to have their talks. They said if they didn't reach an agreement by that Monday, that things are going to happen. They're going to miss a lot more time, possibly seasonal stuff, in season, regular season. But they still haven't figured it out. They're trying to aim for today. Doesn't sound like that's going to happen either. And they show the brackets of the money and what they're trying to talk about and how they want to figure it. But at the end of the day, that tanking is still an issue, man. That's for sure. I don't know. I mean, just
Hmm.
crazy. What do you think's going on with it? Think you got anything wild coming up out of that? You think it's going to really hurt the season? You think it's going to cut it in half? What's your idea? Hmm?
Uh, it's really hard to say honestly with the way it's going. What's that?
Yeah, no, it is tough, man.
What do you
It's
say?
just one of those. Oh, I was just shouting you out. That's all. It's just one of those things where like you don't know, and you're hoping that they can get through it and get to the end, but it ain't looking like it's getting any closer. It looks like it's just digging backwards at this point.
Yeah, you see, it seems less likely. You don't really see much progress towards it going on lately. or anything significant, anything big.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Um, But yeah, we won't stick too much on that either, though, because MLB is what it is, and we're in that little off season part of the time right now, so it's not too wild. But we do want to fit in a little ad here over by Snuff Cup. Snuff Cup, the guys at the tobacco cup where you get to spit it in, so you don't gotta be like me when your dad's doing that tobacco when you're young and drinking that bad stuff. So don't it's mistake it for Coca Cola. I'll just say that much. But we will now kick it over into a little fun we had the other week with the All-Star break and all the crazy stuff that was going on. So, Dan, what are you feeling, and how do you feel about me predicting that Obi Toppin win over there in that absolutely horrible dunk competition?
Yeah, I was gonna say leave it to a New York Knick to win the worst dunk contest of all time.
But
Yeah,
besides
Obi
Nate
Toppin
Robinson,
definitely. He was I wouldn't say maybe the most creative, but the most creative that could definitely finish. Because I
oh for
mean,
sure,
it was awful. Jalen Green, uh, what's his name? I can't even think of his name right now. The Magic, Cole Anthony. It was cool. He put the
yeah,
Timbs
Cole
on.
Anthony,
It seems like he wants to be a Nick maybe because he's doing that.
right?
And it's like he did a cool standing windmill, but it took him a while. It just took these guys way too long, and it really just put a whole damper on the whole weekend. And I'll tell you what, Steph Curry, he saved All Star Weekend with his 50 piece on Sunday
Oh, he
night at the All
definitely
Star
did.
game. He saved
Hell
the
yeah.
weekend with that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. I mean,
But
it was
yeah,
one of those things where Steph was really shooting it the lights out really in that game. And if it wasn't for Steph Curry, I would have finished off that Team Durant parlay for damn sure. But it happens, so that's how it
yeah.
goes.
Well,
But
yeah. Curry had the record-setting 16 threes with his
yep,
50 points. He was too shy of the record. I think it was by Giannis, maybe actually a few years ago.
yeah,
He had 52, but Curry actually shot 60 or 59% from the floor, and that's
God
including
damn,
his last 6 shots were missed. So, like
really?
he was trying to hit the record a few times, he didn't get it. But speaking of
Yeah.
hitting threes, how about Carl Anthony Towns against all odds, literally
Yep.
winning the 3-point contest? That was
Yeah.
pretty.
What is he like?
I mean, what he had
1,600
25
odds or
points in the final
something?
round,
Yeah, that was wild, dude.
something.
Carl
He was
Anthony
last,
Towns.
and
I said put him as
it
the
was like
value,
he was like
right?
plus 9,000.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah,
said
he
put
was
him
the
as the
value pick
value,
right
and
there,
he
I
came
guess.
through with that hardcore, man. Definitely. Oh yeah.
Yep.
But
And
yeah. So
I
then,
enjoyed the skills challenge.
yeah, that one
I
was
was talking
definitely
about
a
yeah,
good
just the
one. I
skills
think they
challenge. I
refreshed it a
enjoyed.
lot.
Yeah, I think Evan Mobley he won the whole thing, and I think he really just showed out. I think he almost locked himself in for Rookie of the Year with that performance. I know that shouldn't really factor in, but like with the media exposure and obviously the Cavs doing so good, I think he really locked in Rookie of the Year with his performance this past weekend.
Yeah, dude, he had a hell of a performance, honestly, everything. And it was funny because you were talking about it before. The Antetokounmpo is going to be any good and all this, because Giannis is really just a big boy in the town, and they're kind of just there. Well, they definitely
Mm-hmm.
showed off in that passing skills competition. They did a hell of a job in that. They were very accurate. I'll say that much.
They did better than they did a
Yeah,
lot better than thought for sure.
yeah, no, definitely they did, man.
But yeah, yeah, that was definitely a fun weekend. The NBA needed it, and now teams are getting back in the swing of things. They just had their first 2 games yesterday and today. So
Yep.
I was telling you, I was telling some other guys, I'm not placing any spread bets or money line bets yet because you never know after the break how they're going to do. I'm going to wait about a week, and then they're
Yeah,
going to get
right. You got
the
to let
real
them
playoff
even
push
that
the
back
last
out.
Yep,
For sure,
exactly.
man.
Or so maybe do dark horse bets if you want this week because you never know, some random guy is going to go off.
Oh, that's for sure, dude. They're all rested up and everything. I wouldn't say it's just like the beginning of the season, but it's kind of a whole new start to the back half there. So they're really, the guys especially that didn't have to go into any of the competitions in the All Star weekend, they're going to be running, gunning, and ready to go for damn sure, man. Rested up, got those fair guns going and everything over the break. So I definitely think they're going to be going hard after this.
Yeah,
And starts off with a big old Celtics dub last night against those Nets, man. What is that? 4 straight 23 plus point wins for the Celtics that we had. What are we doing, man? What are they doing? just showing off now.
Yeah.
But
As that Pistons
I
lost, baby.
yeah,
But
yeah,
hey,
we won't stay on that though.
no, hey, quickly speaking of players resting like all that, we finally got this man well rested. He's making his Philadelphia debut tonight in Minnesota. James Harden playing
Yeah.
with Joel Embiid, finally taking on the Timberwolves. First time together on the court. It's going to be a must watch on ESPN tonight.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you saw Embiid over there impersonating Harden while he was trying to guard him, hitting that banger of a three with the step back. Everyone's crying about, oh, it's a travel, man.
The
Yo,
double.
his foot was on the ground, bro. You didn't pick that boy up until he shot that ball. So I'll just throw it out there. But um, what the hell was it, man? I thought it was hilarious though. You come back into coming out of the break, everything like that. All these boys talking about Steph Curry and his big shots. Well, LeBron certainly picked Steph Curry because he's a shooter, but now he's got to go back to the non-shooter in Russell Westbrook. That's going to be a rough rest of the road for him
Yeah,
this
it's going
year,
to be rough.
especially if they don't make that trip to the playoffs.
If they can play him.
Yeah, right, man.
Yeah,
I'm
it's going to be a stretch for him.
Yeah, it definitely will be. But staying a little bit on the LeBron side over here, we're going to talk a little about LeBron saying how this last week, everything works out, whatnot in his career. He's still playing. His son gets in the league. Well, whatever team drafts my son, I'm gonna go to. Well, big news is your son plays decent minutes and he's got 6 points per game and like point 0.3 rebounds. You gonna sure you be playing with your son in the NBA?
Yeah, truth of the matter is, Bronny right now, I mean, he has obviously the potential. He's LeBron's kid. But, I mean,
Yeah.
right now, he's a second round pick, And so with
Oh,
LeBron
most
saying that, it's
definitely.
obviously just going to boost Bronny's stock. Because a lot of these guys are just going to, some GMs are just going to say, I want LeBron on my bench for 1 year for leadership. Maybe he'll take on just a different role in the front office or whatever. Because, they're talking
Yeah.
Cleveland, obviously, would be a great place for him. And they're on a rise. And OKC has 500 first round picks in 2024. So
Yep.
OKC could probably be one of those teams that you get one to. So you never know if is LeBron going to go to a team and say, "I need you to get this pick and draft my son." It's going to be an easy pick to get because he might be a late first rounder unless someone says, I'm
True.
going to get him in my top 5 just because I want LeBron. I don't see that happening,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
for
think
sure.
LeBron could choose the team first and say, "Go get that pick." He doesn't have to just go to the team where Bronny goes. He can just basically force Bronny to come to him. But he
That
might
is
not want
true.
that,
I
and
mean,
I don't know.
I feel like that's true. I feel like it would have to be the other way around. Like I feel like LeBron would have to wait it out, see where he goes, but somehow in the background be trying to make it work out so he
It'd be
wants it
easier.
how he wants it. But I mean, yeah, we'll have to see because my thing is you
You,
say he's a second round pick, but shit, besides being LeBron's kid, would he be picked in the draft? I mean, I know now's early, but 6 and 0.3,
hmm.
that's rough.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying right now. He's still got a while to go.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, LeBron. I mean, he basically runs the NBA now. He is the face of the league. He. Let's be honest. He makes decisions,
yeah, he
not just his
does,
own in
dude.
Miami and all that. But he can get something if he wants something, he can get it. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. That's been LeBron. That's how he's done. GM LeBron all the time. But like you said, man, you go into Cleveland there. I mean, if he went to Cleveland, that would just be the perfect ending, right? Just possible.
Yeah, the storyline finish for sure. Because he
Yeah,
said he
dude.
said he only wants to play 1 year and then retire. I don't think
Yep.
that's true. If he's playing with Bronny for 1 year, I think he's going to stick around another one or at least another one more after that, maybe even 2.
I
I
know.
don't think he'll do a
Like
one and
unless
done
there's an
because I think he'll just
injury.
love to play with his kid. He doesn't want to step on top.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if unless he gets like seriously
Who
injured or
knows?
something like, or he just feels so taxed in the mileage on his body, like he's gonna really want to play more than that 1 year because I'm sure that 1 year he's gonna. I mean, maybe if he doesn't like it, it's 1 year, but I feel like he's gonna love it and it's gonna be a want to keep going.
Will Bronny like it though? What if
Yeah,
Bronny's like, just get
exactly.
out of here, go retire, let me do me, stop like hog over me? Because
Right?
it's kind of funny because Bronny didn't pick number 6 or he didn't pick 23 or whatever because he's like, oh, I don't want to be known as like LeBron's kid. Like your name is LeBron James
Yeah,
Jr., bro. Like that's gonna
yeah,
follow you no matter where you are. He'll know who you are. But yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
like Ronnie might not
100%.
want him hovering over him like that, for even 3 years. So he might say, "Hey, Bronny, you tell me what you want me to do, and like if you want me to compete against you, I'll go to your rival. You want me to retire and let you do
Yeah,
you? I'll
right.
do that."
Yo, is his son really want to get bullied and posterized by his daddy? Because then he can really be on the court calling him daddy, right? That'd be all messed
I
up. But
mean, as long as they're both in the league together, they're going to be making tons of money just with their names
oh no,
alone.
they
So
definitely will be,
whatever
man.
makes a
And no
headline
matter
for
what,
them,
his
I don't
son's
think.
gonna do something in the league. Right? Even if it's not big, he's gonna have his little time. And once daddy goes out in his terms, maybe he'll be a
Eh,
G leaguer at that point. I don't know. Who knows
yeah,
about
I
it
mean,
though?
yeah, we'll see. We'll have an
Yeah, for
interesting
sure,
future.
dude. No, definitely. I mean, it's LeBron. There's always some conversation or something buzz around, some way like that. But I mean, you got anything
hmm
else for us on deck with this NBA stuff? I know we kind of had a last minute throw together here today.
Well, just a lot of good games ahead, and like I said, we have about 20, 25 games left, and everyone in the East is within 3 games of first place. Everyone in the West really looking at the playing contention between 6 and even 9, 10 seed. Very, very
Yeah,
close. So we're gonna, like you said, it's almost like a different league. When we get to playoffs, that's a whole different league from the regular season. But these last 20 so games, when you're gonna start seeing
yeah.
people push. So if you like watching NBA, tune into these games. These are the ones you want to watch. These are just as good as playoff games because the race is so close. So just keep watching
Hell
and enjoy
yeah,
the
man.
game and root for your favorite team.
That's for sure, dude. And for anyone, I'm gonna just put it out there now. I know you've been showing me no love on this front, but that plus 3,000 DeMar Rosen from a couple weeks ago is right now down to plus 1,000, and he is right in fourth place behind Giannis, Joker, and Embiid. And I'm not saying that none of them can't, snag that thing right back, but he was, I think, in eighth or ninth on that list when I took him, and he's been hopping up that list no matter what. He's been absolutely killing it, hitting game winners, shooting what is it, over 35 points for the last 9, 10 games, something like that. Like he has just been absolutely on
Um,
fire for the Bulls.
mhm. Yeah, I don't remember the specific numbers, but we talked last week about it with Wilt. He's breaking Wilt's record. Now he's breaking another MJ record, keeping the streak
Yep.
alive and all that. So he's really playing out of his mind. The dark horse MVP, no doubt about it. Um, I mean,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Embiid,
definitely.
Giannis, Joker, even Curry is farther down, right below him, but all those guys are playing
Yep.
good. So they're all going to get first place votes. Uh, it
Oh yeah.
seems like if Embiid keeps it up, it seems like he's a lock for it, but you never know. I mean, DeMar's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, that's why I said it's really to me it's gonna come down to that Harden factor. And if Harden not that Harden makes him play bad, it's more if he takes too much away from Embiid. So and if that does happen, I'll be praising the Lords because I don't think anything's gonna take DeMar out of the zone he's in right now, besides when they hit the playoffs, because that may be a totally different story and a whole new beast for them. That's for damn sure. Because they are not to say a young squad, but they are a first year team
hmm
together. So who knows how that chemistry comes together in the playoffs when you get up against people like Durant and all those big dogs that seemingly on some nights can just take you down by themselves, you know?
hmm
Yeah. So I mean really besides that for us, we basically have nothing else on the board. So I'm gonna mention one last thing on the show today for any one of y'all that are out there. I've been looking at this thing over here on that FanDuel Sportsbook a little bit and tossing and turning around a little bit as well. And this night, and I'm talking about tonight, Friday night, they have a 20-point same game parlay. Tell me if you like it or not, fans, and down below in the comments section, all that stuff. You got LaMelo Ball for 20 points. You got Wood for 20 points. You got Karl Anthony Towns for 20 points. Siakam, Butler, Murray, Embiid, and Harden. Let me know what y'all think. I think it was like a 10 for 156 or something like that. So if y'all like it, smash that. But if you don't, maybe take a couple guys out and throw another thing in there and do what you do with it. But for us today on the 25th of February in 2022, we're going to be out of here because it's a cool, nice, and easy show today, boys. So, McGee, that's all, bro. Let's take it easy. See you, fans.
Yep.